Did you know that in France, the May-December romance is so culturally ingrained that they don't even have a derogatory word for cougar? While Hollywood often treats age gap relationships as a punchline or a scandal, French cinema embraces them as a sophisticated exploration of desire, power, and rebellion. From sun-drenched comedies to dark psychological thrillers that push every boundary, these 10 films prove that when it comes to love, the French believe the calendar is merely a suggestion for the heart. Number 1. 20 Years of Difference. What if the best way to get a promotion was to fake an affair with a teenager? Alice Lantons is 38, beautiful and too stiff for the rebellious world of fashion journalism. When a chance encounter leaves people believing she's dating 19-year-old Balthazar, her boss finally thinks she's edgy enough for the top job. But as the fake dates turn into real feelings, Alice has to decide. Is she chasing a career, or is she actually falling for a boy who still lives with his dad? Number 2. The Piano Teacher. Behind the rigid posture of a classical pianist lies a dark, sexual basement of secrets. Erica Kohut is a legendary professor living a life of cold perfection. Enter Walter, a handsome, talented student determined to seduce her. But Walter has no idea what he's playing with. Erica doesn't want flowers. She wants a psychosexual power struggle that will leave both of them scarred. This isn't a romance. It's a collision. It's a chilling look at what happens when an older woman's repressed desires finally fire. Number 3. In the House. A bored teacher, a gifted student, and a voyeuristic obsession that goes too far. Germaine finds a spark of genius in a 16-year-old student's essay. The student Claude writes about his infiltration into the home of a middle-class family, specifically his obsession with the mother, Esther. As Claude manipulates his way into Esther's heart, the lines between fiction and reality dissolve. Is the teacher guiding a prodigy, or is he an accomplice to the slow-motion wrecking of a woman's life? Number 4. Last Summer. She defends the victims of youth crime. Now, she's committing one. Anne is a brilliant lawyer specializing in cases involving minors. She has a perfect life until her 17-year-old stepson, Theo, moves in. The professional boundaries she's spent a lifetime building vanish in a single sweltering afternoon. This is a dangerous dance of manipulation where Anne risks her career and family for a summer fling that feels like a death wish. It's a provocative look at the predator hiding behind a professional suit. Number 5. Souvenir. She was a Eurovision star. Now she's a factory worker. He's the only one who remembers her name. Liliane spends her days sliding slices of pâté onto a conveyor belt. Her glory days as a singing sensation are buried under decades of dust. But when Jean, a 21-year-old aspiring boxer, starts working at the factory, he recognizes her. He doesn't see a middle-aged worker. He sees a star. As they begin a tender romance, he pushes her back into the spotlight. Can love bridge the gap between a forgotten past and a hopeful future? Number 6. Bright Days Ahead. Retirement isn't the end. It's the beginning of a double life. Caroline has just retired and she's bored. To pass the time, she joins a senior center, but she finds more than just pottery classes. She finds Julian, the young computer teacher who is decades her junior. What starts as a digital lesson turns into a physical awakening. Caroline is a grandmother and a wife, but with Julian, she's just a woman. It's a sexy, honest portrayal of a woman reclaiming her fire. Number 7. Rendezvous. 3 men, 1 aspiring actress, and a city that eats the innocent alive. Nina arrives in Paris with nothing but talent and a desperate need to be seen. She falls into a chaotic whirlpool of relationships, but none is more haunting than her connection with Quentin, a young man obsessed with a dead actress. As Nina struggles to find her identity on stage, she enters a raw, carnal relationship that blurs the line between acting and living. It's a moody masterpiece about the high price of passion. Number 8. Beau-père. The ultimate taboo. When the daughter figure becomes the object of desire. After a tragic accident leaves a young girl motherless, she is left in the care of her stepfather. But as she grows, the grief turns into a confusing, intense attraction. This film tackles the most uncomfortable of dynamics with startling sensitivity. It's a story of a man caught between his moral duty and a magnetic, forbidden pull. It asks, where do you draw the line when the heart refuses to follow the rules? Number 9. An Easy Girl. A summer of luxury, a cousin's influence, and the art of seducing the elite. On the glittering French Riviera, 16-year-old Naima spends the summer with her older cousin Sophia. Sophia lives a life of hedonism. dating wealthy, much older men and using her body as currency. As Naima watches Sophia navigate these complex age gap power plays, she learns a cynical lesson about love, money, and power. It's a sun-soaked coming-of-age story where the older woman is the mentor in the art of the scandal. Number 10. The Mother and the Whore, a three-way relationship that defined a generation. Alexandre is a young man floating through post-1968 Paris. He lives with his older lover, Marie, who supports him, but he spends his days pursuing a young nurse named Veronica. This isn't a simple love triangle. It's a sprawling dialogue on the birth of modern obsession. It is raw, talkative, and deeply French, exploring how a young man is caught between the stability of an older woman and the wild unpredictability of his own generation. Which of these provocative stories left you speechless? If you enjoyed this journey into French cinema, please like, share, and subscribe to help us bring you more cinematic deep dives. Thanks for watching.